I truly do believe that people who accept the mythologies and the superstitions and the stories and the tales and and so on and so forth of religion, all religions, except ones that don't have the gods and demons and hell, and there are philosophical beliefs that I guess could be identified as religious, but don't get involved in that craziness. But to me, anyone who subscribes to a religion of that sort has got to be a little bit wacko, a little bit off his or her rocker. Well, here's an example from Nebraska. A woman there, she's 66 years old. Her name is Sylvia Driskell. And while the Supreme Court is heard debate about marriage equality and is going to decide here in the next month or so, this woman filed a lawsuit against, are you ready, every homosexual on the planet. That's who she named. That's who she named in her lawsuit. It's a 7-page handwritten petition. Ms. Driskell asked a U.S. district judge to decide once and for all whether homosexuality is or isn't a sin. She wrote this in her petition, quote, that homosexuality is a sin and that they, the homosexuals, know it is a sin to live a life of homosexuality. Why else would they have been hiding in a closet? Crazy bitch. I'm 66 years old and never thought that I would see the day in which our great nation or our great state of Nebraska would become so compliant to the complicity of some people's lewd behavior. End quote. Now, the case is Driskell versus homosexuals, and the woman identifies herself as, quote, the ambassador for plaintiffs. The plaintiffs? God and his son, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's what I mean. And she accuses all homosexuals of breaking, quote, religious and moral laws, end quote. She doesn't cite any cases under law, but mentions many Bible verses for the judge to consider. And, of course, as you can expect, a lot of people have been poking fun at the lawsuit. Over at Daily Kos, Stephen Payne wrote about the lawsuit in an entry titled, "My husband and I are being sued." He said in the Post, "We've had a good run, but this is all about to crash and burn around our ears thanks to 66-year-old Sylvia Driskell of Auburn, Nebraska." And the sex advice columnist, who you have to love whether you hate him or not, Dan Savage, he tweeted, "Man, I hope I get deposed." And so far the court has not issued any summons for the hundreds of millions of defendants. She hand wrote the petition to the court, or the complaint, I guess it would be called a complaint. No, it's a petition. And she says that she represents, or she is an ambassador for the main plaintiffs, God and his son Jesus. And the hundreds of millions of defendants have not even been notified yet of when they're to show up to be deposed. Do I think that all Abrahamic religious people are off in the head? Yes, I do. I really do. It's a matter of degrees. I admit that. But all three Abrahamic religions believe in the same kind of screwball nonsense that to me qualifies them for immediate and intensive psychiatric counseling. We'll be right back.